the 82nd Airborne Division, the 18th Airborne Corps, Special Operations, and the 101st Airborne Division. This is the concept of airborne operations. Hi, I'm Jeff Johnson. For the next few minutes, I'm going to be talking about the concept of airborne operations. The idea of sky soldiers or airborne forces is by no means a recent thought. Benjamin Franklin envisioned a time when soldiers would be delivered from the sky with an understanding of parachutes. That is really profound, that a man could think of something like a deployment force of airborne troops over 120 years ago. Ben Franklin's statement that he thought that thousands of troops could descend from the clouds and create mischief before a force could be put together to repel them. Soldiers do exist today, conducting the airborne operations when called upon to defend freedom. The concept of airborne operations, military parachuting or gliding, form of inserting personnel, equipment, or supplies. A vertical envelope is a tactical maneuver in which troops are airdropped to attack the rear and flanks of a force, in effect cutting them off. Soldiers' equipment and supplies are delivered into this vertical envelope. During airborne operations, airborne task force can come from great distance, passing over friendly troops, dropping to the north, rear, and south of the enemy, surrounding the opposing force in the vertical envelope technique. Airborne operations allow the commander flexibility to put a large number of troops onto an objective in a short amount of time. This type of strategic deployment gives friendly forces the option to establish new fronts, cut off enemy resupply and reinforcements, and maintain new bases of operation. Air assault operations are the movement of ground-based troops and aircraft like helicopters to seize and hold key terrain which has not been fully secured and engage the enemy behind the enemy lines. Troops, helicopters, and supplies are employed in the air assault operation. For air assault operations, troops and helicopters converge in marshalling areas, fly along determined routes to attack opposing forces in high-value target areas. Air assault operations are a subset of airborne operations, and they are not the same as air drop operations using parachutes. During air assault operations, highly skilled aviators put teams of tactical soldiers onto an objective, attack, and usually extract in a short amount of time. This method of deployment is very good for moving troops in and around the area of operations. Amphibious warfare is a military operation that uses naval ships to project forces onto a hostile enemy shore. During amphibious operations, joint friendly forces assemble along the shore in landing parties and conduct beach landings at flexible points on the enemy front. Amphibious operations are another non-example of airborne operations. Although amphibious warfare is strategic in nature and offers the opportunity to put large amounts of troops on an objective, it often comes across on a shoreline or a single enemy front. Check on Learning 1. In 1784, this forefather of America had a vision of sky soldiers descending from the sky for combat. Who was Benjamin Franklin? On Learning 2. A tactical maneuver in which troops are airdropped, attack the rear and flanks of a force, and in effect, cutting off or encircling the force. What is vertical envelopment? Check on Learning 3. A method of strategic troop deployment that is not part of airborne operations, but in most cases, attacks a single front of the enemy along a shore. What is amphibious operations? Thanks for watching. That concludes my video. Please give me feedback at YouTube or at the attached email address. Have a good day.